Whoa!
Hi everyone, welcome back to Clumsy Cakes. If you're new here, my name's Amy. We have a lot of fun on this channel. We make some messes, we learn some things, but most of all, we make something absolutely delicious. If that all sounds fun to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also the bell notification so you don't miss any of my new videos. If you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to have you. Today we're going to be making just a simple topping for any cheesecake as well as really any dessert. It's just a simple Swiss Meringue Buttercream. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some vegetable shortening as well as some confectioner sugar. You'll need some granulated sugar, some unsalted butter at room temperature, 3 large egg whites, a good splash of vanilla extract. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, is creating a double boiler. We want to have the water very shallow for this because we're going to put our bowl with our egg whites on top and we don't want the water to touch the bottom of our bowl. So our egg whites are on, and then we're gonna add our sugar. So we're gonna stir this around for about, I would say, 2 to 5 minutes. What we're looking for is for the sugar to be totally dissolved, and this is not gonna get very hot. And the best way to tell if all the sugar is dissolved is to actually touch it, and if you feel any granules between your fingers, then it's not ready yet. So I'm just going to keep mixing and checking until it's all dissolved. Now we're going to stop the mixer. I just want to show you guys. See how this isn't even staying on my mixer yet? Not ready. We're looking for a firm peak stage. Much like when I make whipped cream, the same thing, but just with egg whites. So this has been going for 3 minutes so far. See how we have a peak, but a very droopy peak? That's the soft peak stage. So we're almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a firm peak. So we are there. So now at this point, I'm going to get it mixing, but at the same time, I'm going to sprinkle in my confectioner sugar. You definitely want to sprinkle it in. You don't want to just dump it all in at once. And as you're doing this, you may see the meringue kind of deflate a little bit, and that's okay. Anytime you add something to a meringue, it's gonna knock the air out a little bit, but it's gonna continue to mix and be totally fine. I just scrape down the bowl to make sure that all of that confectioner sugar is going to be incorporated. So at this point, we're going to add the butter and the shortening. The consistency of the butter and the shortening in this recipe is pretty important. You want the butter in the shortening to be at room temperature, but not melty or droopy at all. See how I press this? And I'm applying a pretty good amount of pressure. See how I press it and it leaves an indent, but it's not soupy at all. It's just not cold. You want to get it mixing, and you want to cut your sticks in half, and you want to just throw it in and let it mix, and once that's incorporated, you add in the next one. Do you see how it's pretty soupy at this point? That's okay. We're just going to not add anything else to it and just let it mix for a few minutes until it firms up again, and then we can start adding. See how it's firmed up a little bit more and it looks like frosting a little bit more now? So now we can start adding in the rest of our ingredients, and then I'm gonna wait until everything looks incorporated, and then I'm gonna switch to my paddle attachment and let it go on about medium speed for about 10 minutes. So like I said, don't freak out if it looks like your frosting is deflating or looking a little bit soupy. It's just the consistency of the butter that you put in. If it was a little bit too soft, it's gonna get pretty soupy, and if it's a little bit too hard, it's gonna look kind of curdled and kind of separated. But as long as you keep mixing, it'll kind of right itself and be fine. So now it's all done. I'm just going to transfer it to a piping bag, or you can keep it like this and store it in the fridge for about a week to 2 weeks. The only thing I would suggest is that if you put this in the fridge and then you go to take it out of the fridge and use it, I suggest that you put it back on the mixer and let it whip for about 5 minutes, just to get it back to room temperature and get it spreadable or pipeable. So that was just a simple topping that we can use to top really any dessert, your cakes, your cupcakes, your cheesecakes. Really, the sky is the limit. This frosting is so good. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, give it a like and also share it with your friends. And if you want to make more messes, learn more things, and make some absolutely delicious desserts, hit that subscribe button and come back and see me. I post videos every Saturday and also some bonus videos on Wednesdays. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.